Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest movies and documentaries. Today, I'm going to talk about In My Mother's Skin. If you're interested in this topic, make sure to watch this video until the end, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. After World War II, the situation in this world has become very bad. Seeing is shown in Philippines where one soul goes, another is eating dead soldiers, and is introduced to a family in which a little girl named Dala is the main character of this movie. The family consists of Tala's mom, dad and her one brother. Due to Chang, their situation is equally bad. They also don't have anything special to show. At this time, a Japanese man comes to their house who believes that he has stolen the gold, who refuses to blame him. So this man comes to his house by threatening him that he has only 2 days. It's time. If you don't return the gold or tell about it, I will punish you very badly. That man had already left after giving a threat. They started planning to kill him because they wanted to save their family. Dala also overhears her planning to kill such a man. To relax, his dad says, "Don't be worried. I am going through the forest. No one will know about me and I will return soon." And after all this many days pass. Dala's dad had not returned yet. Dala's health also suddenly worsens. She picks him up and first lifts his belt in his room, and in the midst of all this trouble, Tala utters that perhaps his dad might have become angry. Hearing this, her sick mother scolds her a lot, and Dahlia becomes sad and goes to her room, and finally she gets up, deciding that she will go to search for her dad in the forest herself. Her brother also agrees to support her. He decides, and while going out of the house, they also take their dad's gun with them. These people had reached the forest where Tala saw a hut. On going inside the hut, she finds a candy kept on a plate, which she quickly picked up and ate because she had been hungry for a long time. Now she goes inside a room built in this hut. There was a dead body lying there with many insects sitting on it, seeing which she was very scared. Tala had come out of there in fear. While walking, Tala's brother hears a voice coming from the door. When Tala saw his dad in front of him. When she looked back at her brother was missing from behind. While listening to Dala's brother, he reached near a river in the forest, where there were many dead bodies. These people were killed in the war. Seeing them, he gets very scared and starts going back, and while searching for his brother in the forest, Tala came inside a church. A fairy has come in front of Chahatala. She tells Tala that your heart is very clean. That is why you have come to this church yourself. Also, Katala tells about Katala's brother and dad, that your brother is well and your dad is still safe, after which she asks Fatana for one wish, so that she can fulfill it. Katala was scared and returned to her home without giving him any answer. On coming home, Tala was scolded by Tala's mother for going out of the house without asking. Here she tells her mom that she could not find dad. She returns to her room and meets the same fairy that she met in the forest. Here fairy tells Tala about herself, and says that she wants everything that is happening here. I also want to know where is your dad right now, and what is it for everyone. Your dad didn't just go kill the Japanese guy who threatened him. In fact, he has also gone to seek help from his enemies, i.e. the Americans. Your dad is worried. I also know that your mom is also ill. I can fix them if you want. Saying this, she gives him a cup of tea and disappears from there. Now it's morning. Tala's brother was very nervous and worried. He tells Tala that I had a very bad dream that we too will die like the people who sit in the war, and no one will come to help us. Tala hugs him quickly and says that it is not like that she will help us. Tana had told her everything about the fairy here, while on the other side, we see the same Japanese man outside Katala's house. Due to which Tala's diet had threatened. Inside the same house, Tala's health was now so bad that Tala felt that she would die soon. When she doesn't understand anything, she accepts the offer and leaves it to her mother. It is seen that it goes into the mouth of the tiger's face, due to which its eyes suddenly open. She coughs heavily at this time. Her condition had become very bad, but in the morning it is shown that she has become absolutely normal. As if she had never been ill, both her children were very happy to see her, and now Tala also told them about the final departure of their mother. Let me tell you. All this sounded quite strange to him, but whatever it was good. When night came, it was added again that mom's health had deteriorated. There was something bulging on her waist as if the bug given by Perry was inside mom's skin. In the morning, Tala's brother sees his mother biting her own hand and eating it in a very unusual way. Stops this week. However, I pick up his mom and drop her into her room. Then suddenly Tala Nam gets a strange attack. His condition had worsened. The entire red part of his body had come out. Besides, his tongue also became like that of a strange animal. it goes outside. His condition was such that someone had processed him, had him under control. Seeing this, he dashes towards his wife. Immediately going out of his room, she locks his room and puts the key inside the Bible. The scene is cut to show that Tala has come into the forest carrying a very big basket. Near the same ferry, when she asks him for some things to eat, then in this stand, Connie Guide used to decorate a very big table, and tells Tala that you can take as much as you want from it. After so many days, after giving food, even the lock broke while eating. As soon as she comes home after putting a lot of food in her basket, her brother angrily tells her that mom's condition has become very bad. She is doing very strange things, and all this has happened only because of you. What is happening because of that fury of yours? In anger, Tala slaps him, but after some time she realized that her brother was absolutely right. Suddenly at night the door of Tala's room opens. He could hear someone's presence outside. When she goes out to check, her mom was there whose eyes were completely black, and suddenly she also disappeared from there. She wants to go ahead to find her death. Now he could hear his dog howling outside his house. When she quickly goes outside to eat food, she sees her mom eating her dog there. Seeing these, she had understood that her wax was no longer a human being, but had become a demon that eats animals and humans. Frightened, Tala closes the door of her house. Hearing all the noise, Tala's brother and his friend had also come here. When he opened the door and looked outside, his mother was lying unconscious, and a bird was also lying injured. To which his mother tried to feed him. These people, you tell your mom to lock her in her room. These two brother and sister were sitting sad. Tala's brother was crying. She tells him not to cry, I will make everything fine. Whereas outside their house we see the same fairy which was eating the bird caught in the wax of the lock, and from this we came to know that it is also a demonic carrier, i.e. a devilish fairy. She now comes inside the house and here she says to Tav, you are very bad. All this is happening because of you. I know, on which she hangs out. How could this decision be yours because of me? I have corrected your campaign, but to fulfill any wish, a sacrifice has to be made. And in return for this sacrifice, I turned your mom into a demon. Now she will always be alive, but after becoming a devil, all these things were driving Tala crazy. They shout at Free and then she disappears from here. It is shown that when Tala goes to the basement, the Japanese man was already present there on her mat. These people were looking for goals here. As soon as he sees the pulses, this Japanese man grabs the lock and also asks him about the gold. Tala had no idea that Tala's brother comes here with his dad's pistol to save his sister. He had the pistol pointed towards the Japanese man. Before he could fire the pistol, the waterman shoots Tala himself. Her brother was bleeding profusely, but seeing this Tala became very angry. Now she gives the key of her mom's room to the old man and says, go, the gold is in that room and take it. She knew that her mom has now become a demon, and as soon as this man goes into her room, he will break the lock. Mom will bite it, and not wanting all this talk, the man sits towards Tala's mom's room. As soon as this man leaves, Dala tells Dala that your dad was not a good person. They were in collusion with our enemies, i.e. America, and because of that, the lives of many poor innocent people were taken here. Hearing this, Tala does not say anything, she leaves my place, and now Tala is with her brother. She starts following her father with his pistol written on it. She was on the way when she heard the Japanese man screaming. She stands away from the room and says shoot, and instead of hitting the man, the bullet hits Meat, seeing which Tala is very sad because she was very attached to Meat. Now she goes inside the room. There was no one in the room. When she went to the bathroom, she found the bathroom full of blood and stones, and her mother was tearing apart and eating the body of a Japanese man like a savage. Seeing this condition of her mother, Tala was very scared. That's why she runs away from there to save her brother who has been kidnapped. She wanted to take him somewhere for help, but Tala's brother was also dead due to the phone draining too much. Tala, in grief, now runs away and comes back to the same church in the forest where she first found her. She then tells him enough is enough. Now end all this. After listening to him, she then gives him a golden mango to eat. When Tala refuses, Fury screams loudly, and here for the first time we see the real old and strange face of Mahatma Fury. Fearing this, she ran away and returned to her home, only to find her brother's dead body outside the house. Only her brother's severed head was kept there and blood was spread everywhere. She had realized that this work was also her mother's. Tala's mom's gaze also recognizes the lock. She leans towards him to eat him. But Tala gets very scared and locks herself in a room. From outside his mother was banging the door loudly, and he got scared and shouted in anger. Tala said, "Enough is enough." Now all these were made. As soon as he says this, there is sudden silence everywhere, and the meaning of this silence is locked to be checked. You have opened the door of your room. His mother was lying in front of him, and a bug had come out from under the skin of her waist, and had flown away. The fairy is shown in the jungle. Hatala's love is laughing at all these things, taking the names of both her children, and after all this, fairy again comes to Tala's house at Hatala's house, and gives him a golden mango, and asks him what to do. If you eat this, all your sorrows and problems will end. Tala was not able to understand anything. She takes the flower from him, and then she disappears from there, after which it is shown that Tala's dad has also returned home along with her. On returning home, he found his wife and son dead. This thing had destroyed them from within too. While he was crying loudly, his companion takes out all the gold of the Japanese army from his secret place, and then takes out a gun and goes near Tala's dad, and kills him by shooting him. That means Dad's own partner had betrayed him, and this was a punishment for his bad deeds. Kala had also seen his grandfather dying. She was unable to do anything, and all this happened because she did not eat the golden mango given by the fairy. Everyone in Tala's family had died except Tala. Now the first thing she wanted to do was to kill this fairy who had put her family in this condition, and after actually killing everyone, the fairy left Tala alive, only because his heart was absolutely pure. This fairy was a demonic fairy. She called these actions evil and devilish. But one thing which was good was that it used to kill only that person who had greed in his heart, or who was bad from inside. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.